look, I know. I said if the first video got 1,000, I would make separate parts concerning the school. This is not concerning the school proper. The Umar cinematic universe is just, and I think maybe this is a part of the formula, and if it is, hey, you know what? I can't even hate. But Umar, bro, damn, got me burping this shit. You ever watch somebody where just watching them, because you know they are not being genuine, it's just like you can't even sit through it. I can't sit through it. I can't. I remember then when I first discovered Umar, you know, hey, shit, thought he was doing his thing, you know, and then stuff started looking crazy. Then Tariq exposed him. Then he just started getting exposed all over the place. And then the veneer dropped. And, you know, he turned into one of these, he an Instagram influencer with a weird beard. You know what I mean? Then, you know, I started watching the things to see, oh, what lies he going to tell next. Then he threw us a curveball. We bought the buildings, acting like he was going to do something. But I'm going to touch on that later. But in any case, the whole reason I'm back, you know, as you can see, being in the car is my thing. Bro, I give myself a lot of lead time because I actually have a life and I got things going on. But, bro, this Breakfast Club interview it was just performative theater. That is just insane. Now, you know, if that other video, like I said, gets 1,000 views, I'll do a part 2 in regards specifically to the school, because it did better than I really even thought it would do. But you know, I'm not really surprised that the Lemonheads came at me harder than anybody else. You know, which, you know, I don't care, because it is what it is. I said what I said. I feel how I feel as far as he's concerned, and that's a hill I'm ready to die on. And, you know, I'll make time for that. It's no big deal. And still, if he getting his money, bro, get your money. This dude is a wealth of content. Marianne's still out here with some crazy shit. Now she got a whole new check that still don't look right, because even though she's so above it, now she got a new check, and, you know, she's out here making video. She's making all these video because of all these check, because Lennon knew. He knew. But whatever. Now her father wasn't. He's like Marianne 1.0. Actually, shit 3.0. Because now ever since she fell off the rails, now she crazy. But it's whatever. That's a whole other video. I'm here today to talk about the main character of the Umar cinematic universe, and that is Umar. God, whatever he is calling himself today, Umar GoFundMe today, no school today, nanny boo boo, stick your head and do the whatever nicknames he's giving himself. I don't really give a shit. This has to stop, and some parallels need to be made. I mean, let's talk about some real serious stuff here. This man went on this Breakfast Club interview and just fed them a bunch of bullshit, and they lapped it up like cats drinking warm milk. But before I get into that, first and foremost, as far as interviews go out, let's give a huge shout out to Lord Jamar. When Lord Jamar interviewed Umar, that was a turning point in his content creating career. That was a turning point in his interview career. Lord Jamar was the last real interviewer who really pressed Umar. He was not combative at all. Lord Jamar simply did not let Umar spread a whole bunch of bullshit all over the place and then strut around his chest out with a deep sense of satisfaction like he just said something and he just said the most. If you get a chance, go back and look at that Lord Jamar interview. All Lord Jamar kept doing is asking him, where is the school and why are other people able to do what it is that you are not doing, given You claim you are the most popular, the most requested, and that you are getting all these money. I see why she does it now. It saves a lot of time. All these money in donation. I like that. I see why she does that. Okay, anyway, you're getting all this money in donation. Why have you not done this? Everyone else has opened up school, and you have not opened up school. He did that, and Umar hates him to this day for it. Umar went out and slandered that man's name because he did not let Umar wiggle out and spit some vague bullshit and just act like, you know, as long as I point at you, you feel me? You feel me? You feel me? I can act like I got on hand 8. He didn't. Lord Jamar pushed him and would not let him wiggle. Shout out to Lord Jamar. After that, if you've noticed, if you've watched this debacle, if you've kept track of it, after that Lord Jamar interview where he claimed he got state-of-the-art buildings that somehow needed renovation, which is the opposite of state-of-the-art. It's like buying a brand new Ferrari and the first place you drive it to is the shop because you got a Ferrari. He claimed he was going to invite them to the school. That never happened. Come on, man. The slightest pressure, this much pressure is enough to make the veneer crack. Umar was on Lord Jamar's podcast, interview, whatever you call it, screaming at the top of his lungs. His toxic baby mama side came out and he was screaming with no rhyme or reason at this man because this man asked a valid question that people they still want to know. And still has an answer. Anyway, fast forward. Breakfast Club interview. Actually, no. Let's not fast forward Breakfast Club interview. Fast forward to that other softball interview, the Loon interview. I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's an equivalency I will draw with Umar. Umar is Donald Trump of the black community. Not the Donald Trump of the conscious community. He is a Donald Trump of the black community. He acts just like him. He wants megalomaniacal power. He wants to not be questioned by anyone. The only people he is happy with are sycophants and ass kissers who will just clap like trained seals at his every word. And if you question him, it's just a matter of if you question him, not only are you not a supporter, you're a hater. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? That's a scammer in chief right there. Umar went on Lou's podcast and said, we have a different definition of supporter. I think of supporters of people who quote unquote donate repeatedly. So in other words, you gotta be stupid on a schedule for Umar to consider you a supporter. And you can't have any questions at all, because if you support him, you don't have questions. I mean, you obviously don't want results because he does not deliver any results, but that is his definition of a supporter. Someone who has no questions, wants no results, and just lets him operate unfettered and just unimpeded. That is a dictator. Umar's a dictator. That's it. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be a dictator. That's why I stand on this. Dude is trying to be the Donald Trump of the black community. And he's getting way more pushback because for everything that Donald Trump has done, at least he managed to license his name and make some sort of success of himself. Umar has been standing in front of abandoned buildings, at times looking very homeless. He told a lie about sending his homie money, which then turned into his cousin on the podcast, while it looked like somebody dotted his eye, had his shit swole up in these random cars that he's sitting in when he's asking people to personally give him money. Only for me to find out on the Joe Budden podcast, they said they paid him $10K to sit here with his hands on his stomach and talk his shit. Joe Budden just went on him, and it was a young lady. They was on the podcast, this young lady, Mark Lamont Hill. And the young lady was like, That's all y'all paid him was $10K. I had to pay him $22,000 for what, 3-4 hours of him dancing around while his so-called life work ain't come to shit yet. So that's the first equivalency. Number one, he's getting money. He's getting personal money, living in a hovel, and these booty clappers that he has managed to rope off, who try to get their little shine, have pretty much corroborated that he's not living in a good condition. The people most dear to him are not living in a good condition. So where's the money going? That's why his fam, the money gone. Academy, all the money gone. His money, your money. He got debanked, and now debanked is a new word. But he went online, begging for money, but never went online and really seriously said, "This is how it got fixed." Dude is the Donald Trump of the black community. He's trying to be it so hard, and he just does not have the following because, look, I'm gonna keep it real. That MAGA crowd, it tends to be of low intelligence, and Umar is not realizing he can't play to the low intelligence of black people. He can only play to the laziness of black people. That's it. Because people who are otherwise intelligent have said things that I don't understand concerning Umar. You understand what I'm saying? So I think he plays to the laziness where people want him to do the thinking for them. And when people are lazy, they'll let you do your thinking. They're thinking for you. And if it is successful, yeah, I agreed with him from the jump. But if it's unsuccessful, then they can simply say, well, I didn't tell you to do all that. So that's the first thing. This dude's Donald Trump of friggin' black community. He wants to be it so bad. Acts just like him. It's just crazy. The next thing, and here's what a lot of people fail to point out. Umar will go on these podcasts, be it Loon, or be it It's Up There or whatever, or be it the Bullshit Breakfast Club. And here's the thing, I'm not even mad at the Breakfast Club. Get your money. They know he will draw clicks and views. And they will let him get on there and spout a whole bunch of goddamn nonsense. And they will just, they love it. Okay, that's fine. But here's another equivalency. Umar is very much so more about white people than he will lead you to think. He will get on these podcasts and tell you about bunny hoppers, and if you're consorting with white women or white men or whatever, you're just the worst, and this school is only funded by black people, and he will say all of this bullshit, and a lot of it is bullshit. Bullshit. And here are a couple of things. If you only use black contractors and the black contractors gave you a 0 hit rate as far as work completed, name them. Name them. You need money, right? You need money to do the school. And if I just had the money, if I just had the money, if I just had the money, if I just had the money. Sue them. Name them. Make it public record. What did they promise to do? What did they fail to do? If you have a case, sue them. There's your money. There's your money. Because if you are found to be entitled to settlement, chances are a lot of the times you don't even lose the money on the lawyer fee because you can roll that into the settlement. A lot of contractors and a lot of professional workers and so on and so forth have insurances that will pay you above and beyond what you paid out for pain and suffering. That's how insurance works. That's how malpractice insurance works. Doctor. Sue them. Point them out. Make sure they can't prey on other people. But you're not going to name them. You're not going to sue them because you're full of shit. You were full of shit. Talking about, I call the white contractors, and the white contractors got it done. All of a sudden, find white people useful. Next thing. This school was funded. This is the first school ever funded by black people. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. You ain't the first to do it. I'm sure you don't have to tap the textbook hard enough to find other people who have crowdfunded and crowdsourced schools in the recent history in Reconstruction history, in Roaring Twenties history, and post-Reconstruction, whatever. Other people have done it. Nigga, stop. Shut up. Stop it. Because your fundraising was janky from the start, and everyone join me. Umar claims that his organization is what? What protection does his organization enjoy for tax benefits? It's a 501c3. Can you name a black organization that confers 501c3 status? Go ahead. I'll wait. Yeah, no, me neither. It's conferred by the IRS, which is managed by the government, and the government, who Umar has railed against, is white. Let's just keep it a stack. So, okay, there you go. White people, useful again. So you're not totally funded by white people, or else you would have just did what you insult other people for doing. Lord Jamar told him about Trey Whitfield School, his father-in-law's school, started from nothing, getting started in smaller buildings, getting stuff from the trash, getting leftover stuff, because guess what? His school had that Umar's imagination still doesn't. Students. You need the materials for students, not a gymnatorium or some idiot who doesn't believe in a phone stand. See my phone stand? Playing with dookie juice with a toxic brew of chemicals in one toilet in some building that we don't even know where it's at. But in any case, moving on. So that's the other equivalency. White people are useful when you want tax protection. He bought those buildings, and he was okay with those buildings being vacant because that vacant property tax was something that he felt was going to be manageable for X amount of years while he strung this nonsense along. But when they jumped that fee up, all of a sudden, they're trying to sell the school behind our back. Then he went on a video and said that he had been in contact with the people. So which one is it? Did they try to sell it behind your back, or were you in contact with them? Oh, but I didn't hear nothing from them. If these buildings were worth that much to you, all of this back and forth where you standing in front of these cracked stairs, mildew, garbage infested Jones, all of that, you could have went up to the office and just handled your business, bro. But nah, you ain't gonna do that. So that's another reason white folks is very, very useful to him. D.L. Hughley pointed out, this man calls himself, and this is something that you don't tend to hear a lot because maybe it took hold, King Kong consciousness, right? I'm the King Kong of this shit. Okay, you the King Kong of this shit, right? D.L. Hughley pointed out, because I don't want nobody saying I'm regurgitating, right? That's the word you use, regurgitating anybody's talking points. King Kong died what? How did King Kong die? He was shot off a building by a plane because he wanted what? A white woman. Yeah, so there's that. So, I mean, maybe not as against, white and black commingling as much as you think. And finally, another thing about Umar and white folks. Umar can't stand a bunny hopper. I said Umar, let me say it again. Umar cannot stand a bunny hopper. Why are you naming your school after a bunny hopper? Why are you naming your quote-unquote life's work? This is what you are dedicating yourself to. Forget the whole, oh my God, I'm related, I'm a descendant and the loin and all the bullshit tap dancing that you've done. Because the family came out and said you are not related to us. They got a sample from your father, was able to do a familial DNA match, proving you are not a relation, okay? But you're still carrying on with that nonsense. Fine. If people are dumb enough to believe it, fine. But Frederick Douglass, once again, just simply tap a textbook, educator, married a white woman. That's something you cannot rectify. You can't go back in time. You can't change it. So you are naming your life's work that you say, because I was born to do this. You naming your school after your imaginary school after a bunny hopper. No interviewer points this out. And when asked about it, he has to concede, but they don't stay on it. So which one is it? Do you hate bunny hoppers? Do you not want to associate with them? Or they are okay as long as you can benefit from them? I don't know about Umar white folks, man. Umar, he definitely has much more of an affection based on those points alone than he tends to let on. So yeah, those are just a couple of points. But also he gets on these podcasts and it's just ridiculous thing after ridiculous thing. How are you gonna pay? Okay, how are people supposed to pay for this school? How are people supposed to pay to send their children to you? He went and said that he's out front because the people who help him would be under, serious threat should they come out, and they'll lose their jobs, so he has to take all the hits. One thing I've noticed about him, he does the pro golfer method of accountability. When it's a failure, when it's adversity, it's always we. They tried to sell our school. We were scammed, and we. But whenever there's a success, it's always I. Y'all gotta give me the school that I need, and I'm gonna do this for the boys, and I'm gonna do that for the boys, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm the most credit, and I'm so popular, and this and that, whatever. This nigga's crazy. We went on another podcast talking about the It's Up There podcast. I'm feeding 20 families. Why can't you feed your own? This man has made numerous references to how no one except him is building something relevant in the black community. And I would challenge that, and I don't know why people don't challenge this enough. Umar can build something that takes zero money. I guarantee a lot of the people who watch him have built something relevant that he has not built. A black family. What is more relevant for the black community as an institution than the black family? You haven't built what determination requires, let alone donations from people. You haven't built a black family. Build one. You can go out right now. I don't give a damn if it's with Sukihana. Go build a black family. Go ahead. I dare you. Telling me about he debated Elon Musk's father. So what? Who the fuck is Elon Musk's father? Who cares? You debated Elon. So what? What do all of these debates do? Nothing. That's the short answer. Nothing. They do nothing. Nothing at all. Period. I said words, he said words. Okay. But he wants to put himself in a realm of Malcolm, of Frederick Douglass, of this. These men accomplish things. Verifiable things. Benchmarks. Things that somebody can say that if this man didn't do X, we would not have Y and Z. Name one thing Umar has accomplished where if Umar did not exist, if Thanos hit him with one of these and he did not exist, where black people would be worse off. Name one thing. God damn it, I'll wait. Name one thing. He has not produced anything viable, tangible, and measurable. This nigga's a walking vibe check. Now, the Breakfast Club, and this I'm gonna close because I'm just getting aggravated now. And literally this whole shit is just fucking falling off the rails. But shit, if other people can get their $40, I'm gonna get my $40 from this shit. This guy, man, he's something else. So I get it, picking his interviews, and I'm not even mad at the Breakfast Club. A lot of people are saying hold them accountable. I'm not holding them accountable. They are not in the business of news. They are not in the business of education. They are not here to make anything better for any of us. So having charlatans on their platform, having attention whores on their platform, having people who will get them the attention, the ad dollars that they're looking for, that is a function of what it is that they do. Get your money how you get your money. Now, like other folks, is it the greatest way to get money? No. Is it a bit weird? Yeah. But get your money how you get your money. It is what it is. So I'm not really holding them accountable. I mean, the individuals there, I would never follow them for any sort of salient advice. I would never follow them for anything to help me, because that's just not the business that they're in. They're just not. So Umar fits right in. And now these buildings, he says, for the 14th time, that they're finished being renovated. Is there a certificate of occupancy? No, so nobody can go in it. Oh, well, that is the opposite of finished. Are the door, does it have a website? No. Oh, so people can't really register. You're not laying out a curriculum as to what people can expect from this network that you've already built. He's already built FDMG Detroit and Botswana, and he does the whole fucking geography display, from Davenport to Durban, from Dubai to Ecuador, from Ecuador to Finland, to like the whole name all the countries bit that he does. But he hasn't finished FDMG Wellington yet. So, okay, whatever. But, yeah, you can't hold him accountable. This dude's not serious. I've said it before. He is not serious. And if you are serious, you don't take him seriously. You just don't. And then here's another thing. And I'm going to end with this. If Umar, who loves to use what I'm using right now as a cell phone, and film himself talking about, this, that, and the next, and how, whatever, and how he's just the greatest thing since sliced bread and butter, right? Imagine if Apple, because he strikes me as an Apple person, imagine if Apple made him wait for the new cell phone, as long as he has made people wait for this pipe dream that he calls a school. I guarantee he would have issue, and he would find a way to get what it is that he's after. Because like somebody said before, boy, his dashiki stay on point. That nigga, his dashiki fund stay just up. But man, I'm telling you, man, I was really trying to just hold off from making any videos, but this Umar dude, he's just making the rounds because I see his relevancy has dipped. So he's doing so to stoke up some controversy and get people talking about him again, and still ain't accomplishing shit. And that's just what it is. But yeah, these interviewers really need to make some of these equivalencies. Dude's Donald Trump of the black community. He's much more into white people than he's willing to say. He's naming a school after a known bunny hopper. And this is no slight to Frederick Douglass at all. I mean, who you marry is who you marry. I don't really care. As long as I don't have to lay down with who you want to lay down with, who you lay down with is none of my business. There's certain things that just need to be private. But he's naming his school after a known bunny hopper. Like, the contradictions are there. But after Lord Jamar exposed his emotional ass, I see why he picks his interviews in the manner that he does. But that's about it. I think 30 minutes long enough. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm stuck in traffic. But yeah, this, it's just the truth of it all. It just needs to come out. It's just me, random weird nigga, trying to get $40 off of YouTube, talking to him in his car. So for the strange birds who got in my comments telling me how weird I am, but they took the time to comment, I hope you watch more than once. I hope I get continuously weird for you. And yeah, that's about it. So with that, I'm signing off. These niggas is crazy, and we'll see what goes on with this one, because they're just crazy. So y'all have my stream of consciousness. Y'all take it easy.